Hello, everybody. All right, coming back here, Shadow SP, on Granblue Fantasy, no gacha account, and we have hit a milestone that is pretty important. We have finally broken 40 blue sky crystals. Now, we still don't have any Silver Centrums, so if I were a smart person, well, no, let me not say that way, that's too self-deprecating. I think if I were playing this account in an intelligent way, I would just pick up the Silver Centrums that are in this, they're in here somewhere. Wow, there are 16 pages of stuff. There are 10 Silver Centrums in here. Should be over here all the way now that I think about it. You know, from the 10th birthday special presents. That would be more than enough to cover what I need. But I'm not going to do that. In fact, you'll probably see I have stopped picking up stuff from the crate for the most part, other than the weapons and the summons. And that's because I can't use the pick up all button anymore, because they gave us some presents that I don't want. I can't return them, so the best I can do is just pretend they don't exist. So, what are we going to do? Well, I'm going to go ahead and do some Premium Friday collection. Now, these are pretty simple, if I remember correctly. 6 shrimp. Alright, let's do this one. I don't remember exactly how to do all of these. Okay, so it doesn't really matter. Now there's a billion debuffs on the enemy. Yeah, do what you gotta do. Okay. Push this. Now that we're actually healing something. For what it's worth, if you are unfamiliar with the kits of these characters, this will feel a little overwhelming. Because there are 4 characters here with fairly complicated kits. That's not what to do. However, all that means is you need to take a little bit of time, calm down and read. I know a lot of people don't like to read, and sometimes I'm in that camp, but it is pretty important so you actually can understand what you're doing. So, continuing along. Oh, that's weird. Yeah. I believe this one is a lot less puzzly than most of the other ones of these shrimp quests. In that you can basically just push all of the skills and do pretty well. That said, I mean, like it said 1,800 crystals and 6 of those shrimp, which also translates to 1,800 crystals. This is a pretty high value quest for 0 AP that you can do at any time. You just have to have logged in at least once on the last Friday of the month, and it automatically gives you the access to the Premium Friday collection. Yes, technically there is a time requirement to that. I don't feel bad about doing this because it happens every month. It's not specific to a specific month. Alright, so we go on in through 1,800 crystals, 6 shrimp, no problem. Now, we still need one more to make the incredibly low value trade of 2 shrimps for a Silver Centrum. There is also some other stuff in here that might be worth getting depending on what you're looking at, right? Like this one, it's a small boost to experience on the weekends, which could be okay if that's when you play and that's when you want to level up some people. It does coincide with the best level up method. There's also this gun, which is, I think, the only fire gun that we have access to, other than element changed class champion weapons. So we might actually come back and get this, just so we have a fire gun, so we can main hand it. Right? Its main hand effect isn't amazing, but it's okay. Alright, anyway, continuing along. What do we see here? Sure. Let's just do the second one, see what happens. Alright. So we need to take out these two without hitting this one. Okay. Boosted charge bar, boosted charge bars, uplift. So we want to make sure that we don't chain burst, is what we're getting at here. Because chain bursting would be bad for the health of the high value target. Hold on. So 60? No. So I should be able to 60% here.
Target 捕捉排除するルナルーラーインベージョン相当 See you.
Okay, yeah. There's also a time limit because the full diamonds attacks from these guys also damage their allies. So ultimately, it's not that hard, but you do have to, pay attention to the cues and everything. Most of the Premium Friday collection is more like that than the first quest that we did. We just did that one because it gave you 6, as opposed to the 1 from most of the rest of these. All right, so you can see we got a lot of shrimp left, right? And with the wonder that you get from from logging in on the last Friday of the month, you also get 300 crystals and a shrimp on the last Friday of the month, basically, every month. So you will stock up. For the most part, you've got some cosmetics, right? This sword and this gun don't actually have good stats, and they don't do anything. But they do have the utility of being skin, if that's what you're into. You know, same with like this sticker. It doesn't do anything in particular, but if you really want to, you know, in your raids communicate with a golden shrimp, you know, you can come in and get this. I think the most widespread accepted use is just spending it on crystals. You know, 1 shrimp, it's 300. That's pretty good. You know, it's just a little extra supplementary income. But what we're going to do now is make the worst value trade on this list and get 4 Silver Centrums. Now, we do still have one more thing to do, and that's get the gun stones, the pistol stones. Sorry, I'm just double checking. Alright, this gun, I need to unequip from all parties because I need to get rid of it. So let's go back to our inventory, hit reduce. We're gonna go to SSR weapons. Alright, so let's see. So I need this gun, and this gun. We'll reduce them for a total of 123 pistol stones. And then we can go into the shop. Treasure trade. I don't know why it reset, but that happens occasionally. Just remember the path to get here. Then we can see we actually have met our quota. 4 Silver Centrums, 40 blue sky crystals, 200 each of sword and pistol stones. So we're gonna swap for 4 Synchronicity Cores. And then we can finally go to our party. Well, this is a good time for this because we don't have a main weapon that we can equip on this class. So let's go ahead and go to rank row 4. Relic Buster is now available. We can unlock it by spending those Synchronicity Cores. Alright, so we have now officially obtained a class that's going to keep us going through the rest of the game, more or less. It's good stuff. We can equip it on every element. Its main hand is saber and gun. So we did just reduce all of our dart guns, but there is another one that we'll be able to get soon enough. We'll make do with saber for now. So our current goal then is to level this up to level 20, so that we can use extended mastery to do something. So row 4 classes, EX2 classes, and row 5 classes all are different from your, you know, row 1 through 3 and EX1 classes in that they only have one skill. It's their base skill, right? So Relic Buster's base skill gives you 5 machine cells, which is just a stack of something. Gives you a heal, and potentially gives you a buff that increases your damage the higher your HP is. But because of its support skills, these machine cells are very useful. So when you so you can see Relic Killer right here. This class has lower defense than normal, and has higher, you know, aggro, higher hostility. But it, in exchange, has high damage. And when you are hit and you have 2 or more machine cells, you take no damage. this is huge. It's legitimately huge. It basically means that there are ways that you can, you know, finesse it so that Relic Buster can tank single target hits really well. And then you have the second support skill, which consumes a machine cell upon normal attack, and either with Saber or Gun has different effects. So with Saber, your attack will deal more damage and have a higher damage cap. And with a Gun, it will deal an additional skill nuke after your attack is finished. I think that in most cases, for what we want to do, the Gun is better. Saber can be okay. Either way is perfectly fine. But usually I'm pretty sure Gun is the way to go. Alright, so given that this class only has one skill, what happens with the other three? Well, until you hit level 20, it's pretty simple. You can just equip 2 sub-skills. So let's go ahead and equip Miserable Mist and Gravity Wave. Just pretty generic loadout. Now it'll say that you're not selected here, and you can go to this menu, but if you try to select another skill, you'll see you can only set up to 2 sub-skills. So there is another type of skill. Third type of skill, rather than innate skills or sub-skills. And we can't actually use those yet because those require hitting to max level with this class. But when we do, we'll be able to spend extended mastery points to buy skills. And we're going to do that because we do want to have 4 skills. And Relic Buster has a couple of particularly useful skills that will come in handy for dealing with some difficult stuff. Alright, so we can go back to the party and go ahead and equip a Saber. We've got this thing. It's classed as a Saber, even though it looks strange. And now we are ready to go. So ultimately, I think I'm going to do this off screen, where I switch everything over to Relic Buster since we've mastered all the other classes. And we will try to get that to level 20 as soon as possible. Now, there's a couple other things that I need to talk about, given the anniversary, the 10th anniversary and the changes and the freebies and everything. I want to talk about the freebies, even though this account's not going to use them. And I want to talk about one of the very impactful changes that's going to breathe some extra life into what we're trying to do. I think for now, though, I'm going to cut it and, handle what I said earlier and get the Relic Buster equipped to all my elements at least. And yeah, we'll keep moving forward. I've cleared out all the side stories looking for blue sky crystals. So all the side stories up until the chapter where we have been got us to 41 after getting, I think, 3 daily missions in co-op. So they do exist, but they're not the most common item. I think that there is one in here in the box right now, but that's not. I think that's from a limited time mission, and we're trying not to pick up the limited time mission rewards. That's the fact that they exist is kind of a where is it? Some in here somewhere. Yeah, right. This, right? So there are limited time missions. We can't really avoid completing them unless we're gonna not play the game for like 2 months. So I'm just gonna complete them and leave the items that they drop in the present box forever. It's gonna make the box a little bit more irritating to deal with, but I don't actually need to pick up these crystals, so I can just leave them in here. Alright, so without further ado then, celebrating our new class, Relic Buster, this is Shadow SP, signing off.